My fiancé said, "I'm not ready for a commitment." I replied, "I understand." Then I sold the engagement ring and used my share of the wedding fund to start a company with my best friend. Here's the twist. I'd been planning this for months because I knew she was cheating. See, I found out Jessica was having an affair through her Venmo payments. $47 to dinner with girls, but the restaurant was closed that night according to Google. $23 to some random guy named Brad for gas money, which was weird since she takes the subway everywhere and doesn't even have a car. $89 for group brunch on a Tuesday morning when literally all her friends were at work because I'd checked their Instagram stories. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I played completely dumb and started preparing my exit strategy like a chess master planning 5 moves ahead. I quietly started moving money around to separate accounts, documented every suspicious transaction with screenshots and timestamps, even secretly recorded her on my phone admitting to the affair when she thought I was passed out asleep after drinking too much wine. She was literally giggling to her sister on FaceTime about how completely clueless I was and how easy it was to fool someone so trusting. So when she finally gave me that tearful, manipulative speech about not being ready for commitment and needing to find herself, I was already 3 steps ahead of her game. "I understand completely," I said, keeping my voice perfectly steady and calm. We had this incredibly awkward conversation about splitting our joint wedding fund, $24,000 total that we'd been saving for 2 years. She actually seemed genuinely relieved that I wasn't fighting her on any of it or asking difficult questions. Little did she know what was coming next. I sold the engagement ring that same week for $8,500 to a jewelry buyer downtown. Combined with my rightful half of the wedding fund, I suddenly had $20,500 in startup capital sitting in my account. My college buddy Josh had been constantly pitching me on his meal prep delivery app idea for over a year. Fresh feast, healthy, customized meals delivered to busy professionals who don't have time to cook. I'd always brushed him off because I was too committed to wedding planning and building a life with Jessica. Well, guess what? I wasn't committed to anything with her anymore. We built a minimum viable product in exactly 6 weeks, working nights and weekends while I was still pretending everything was normal with Jessica. Josh handled all the technical development and coding, while I focused on business development, marketing strategy, and customer acquisition. That $20,500 went toward app development costs, initial food inventory, equipment, and our first commercial kitchen rental space. 3 months after launch, we hit profitability for the first time. 6 months in, we had over 2,000 active subscribers across 3 major cities. The growth was absolutely insane. We got featured in TechCrunch, Entrepreneur Magazine, and even got invited to pitch at several major startup competitions. That's exactly when Jessica found out about everything through mutual friends who saw us at a networking event. She started completely blowing up my phone with increasingly angry and desperate texts. "You used our wedding money for this. I deserve half of everything you've built. That money was for our future together. You can't just steal it. This is fraud. I'm calling my lawyer right now." I let her vent and rage for about an hour through text messages, then sent her one simple reply. A crystal clear screenshot of her Venmo payment to Brad for $89. "Thanks for last night, babe," with my message. "Thanks for the motivation to build a real future without liars." She immediately blocked me on everything. 2 years later, we sold Fresh Feast to a major national food delivery company for exactly $2.8 million. My cut was more than enough to buy a house in cash and start my next business venture. Jessica? Well, karma works in mysterious ways. Turns out Brad was married too. His wife discovered Jessica's payments in their joint bank statements during their messy divorce proceedings. Small world, right? Last I heard through the grapevine, Jessica was working as a hostess at some chain restaurant, still living with random roommates at 29 years old. Meanwhile, I'm now engaged to Sarah, a brilliant software engineer who actually understands what real commitment means and would never dream of betraying someone's trust.